Yeah.
How, when I was a wine judge for the McMinnville wine competition in
Yeah.
2020,
Right.
and my palate, I mean, it was
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
After 100, and I'm like, can't imagine doing that every day.
When people hear that, they think, "Wow, you're so lucky,"
No,
they don't understand that it's really work,
it
and that
is.
you're spitting all of that wine. I mean, otherwise you'd be unconscious after 10 or 15 of them,
Of course.
even a small taste. So, um, you know, the way that I learned to do it was to rest, in between, drink water, eat a little bread, make sure that you're spitting, but
Right.
to take even a minute's rest in between the wines, let your palate recover. But yeah, I mean, the tannins build up on your palate. It becomes more and more difficult. But with practice, if I'm tasting, let's say I tasted, 100 wines
Right.
that day, right? Then 10 of them are going to stand out to me typically. And those are the
Right.
ones that I'm going to want to get a hold, purchase
Of course.
and use in my business,
Right.
So you're some of them you can eliminate pretty quickly, if they're just not what you want, then you can move on fairly quickly.
Yeah, no, and that's a totally different perspective than trying to judge the wine and be like, oh, is it? Right, because you're like, not good,
Yeah.
not good. Oh, that one's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I remember even like the next day after judging, I was like, no, I don't. I like tasting anything was just awful. I mean,
Yeah.
just normal food. And I'm like, no, I want this to go away, and it just wasn't. It wasn't going away.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's real work. Even in the winery, when tasting the barrels and stuff,
Right.
trying to figure out the lots, which I usually start around June. Wines are completely finished; they've had time in the barrel. They're pretty close to what they're going to be. I mean, they're at a stage where I can tell, what they're going to be in the bottle pretty much, and I'll start tasting the barrels to determine the final blends. I mean, I'll taste each barrel a half a dozen times, over the period of the summer, to get ready for a fall bottling.
Right.
And that's taste 30, 40 barrels each time, and 2 or 3 days in a row to get
Right.
making my notes and everything. So that can be that could, people really think that's fun, but it's not really.
No, it's real work.
It really is.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's hard to.
I mean, it's not fun, but it is work. It is serious work, and
Right.
I would much rather just take a nice bottle and go to lunch than to sit there and taste 30 or 40 or more barrels
Right.
to try to determine my final blends. That is very stressful.
It is.
Yeah.
And when you take the bottle to lunch, it's like, no
Yeah,
pressure, no stress. Thank
That's
you.
what wine's all about.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.